That's good. It's recording anyway.
It's recording?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Raising the bar.
Hi, my name is Vizcarra.
I'm Felipe Almazán.
And I'm Miguel Munoz.
And today we're going to be talking about Spider-Man, the first two Spider-Man movies. Let's talk about the love interest.
Mary Jane Watson's hot, that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, she is. Emma Stone versus Kirsten Dunst.
Okay. Now, a lot of people hate Kirsten Dunst in this movie for some reason. But I think she's cute, she's lovable. Yeah. She does look like that girl next door. Gwen Stacy, she was okay, love interest.
I thought we got to know Mary Jane better in the first Spider-Man movie than in the other one.
She was better established as a character.
Because you get to focus in on her character too, like her going through problems with her parents and then dealing with her douchebag boyfriend.
And Peter's always there. So like that's where that bond.
Like the friend zone, you know, before he becomes Spider-Man.
So what about Aunt May and Ben Parker?
I think they were portrayed better in the Amazing Spider-Man. I think partly because they were played by better actors.
And you get more camera time with them. Yeah, you get to know them better.
The one thing I would give the original one though is that the death scene of Uncle Ben was more dramatic and impactful.
Yeah. Because I feel like in The Amazing Spider-Man, we do get to know Uncle Ben a little better. So when he dies, it's like he's important by that point. But he gets shot and
he's already dead.
You know, as where Uncle Ben in the original one, it's more dramatic.
Right after you get to see Spider-Man going after the guy who supposedly killed his uncle. Okay,
so now villains.
Oh, easy.
This one, we all agree, unanimous decision.
Green Goblin.
Willem Dafoe is just freaking. He's psycho in this movie. Yeah.
It's not just that the Green Goblin's a better character. It's also the acting was better. The story around the character was better. It's just better.
Like you're scared of the Green Goblin even when he doesn't have the suit on.
Yeah.
Like when he's just in character mode, when he's being evil, he's creepy as hell.
As we're Dr. Connors, like if you saw a giant lizard like that, you'd be like, oh shit. But I feel like they ruin it by making him talk and giving him a human-like face. And they take away the fear factor of it. Like he's not scary. As we're Willem Dafoe, he's like, dude, like, oh shit. And also, they don't really have a history. He met him. He worked with his dad, but as we're Norman Osborn,
he's the father of his best friend.
Yeah, his father of his friend, and he saw him as a son to some extent. So they have like this already established relationship, which creates even more rivalry and tension.
It creates a dilemma too when the Green Goblin finds out Peter Parker is Spider-Man because he sees him as a son, but then the evil side of him is telling him no, you have to kill him, and then the good side, the good side and the bad side are fighting with each other.
So let's talk about let's talk about Spider-Man himself. Let's talk about Spider-Man and Peter as if they were separate people because in their own ways they're like their own characters. First, let's talk about Spider-Man. Who do you think was the better portrayal of Spider-Man?
Well, I guess if you have to go with comic book, it's obviously in The Amazing Spider-Man.
Well, it could go either way, honestly. I mean, it's 50-50, but I have to choose. It'd probably be The Amazing Spider-Man as well.
Although I think that the average fan who hasn't read the comic books or knows much about Spider-Man, I think they would enjoy the Spider-Man from the first movie.
But now, what about Peter Parker?
I think the original Spider-Man had it lay down better on how he looked, all dorky and nerdy, and in the Amazing Spider-Man, he looked normal.
Like, fuck, he's already good looking, now he's gonna be fucking powerful.
Well, I can understand both sides of the argument. I like Andrew Garfield because Peter Parker was a dork, but, I mean, he still got chicks. He got Gwen Stacy. I think Toby McGuire is just too much of a dork, but I can see how he's more relatable.
Yeah.
Because you're like, this poor guy, and then he gets powers and now he's cool. Let's talk about the fight scenes.
There's more of them in the first movie. And I think they're more intense.
It's cool how they go into slow motion to show his like
in Spider-Man
to show his like
his
advanced
powers.
reflexes and stuff. In Amazing Spider-Man, they just like he's really quick and agile, but they don't they don't focus on it and they don't show it.
But I felt like there was more action in the first Spider-Man than in the Amazing Spider-Man. And what about like uniform?
Uniform? I don't know. Some people hate on the Amazing Spider-Man one for some reason. I think they're both good in their own way. I think the original one, it looks more like the comics, and I could see with the new one they try to be more practical. All right, so let's talk about the overall plot of both movies.
Both had similar plots towards the beginning, where the scientist is the one that becomes the villain and stuff like that. But I personally felt like in the first one we got to know the villain better, and he had a better connection to Spider-Man than in The Amazing Spider-Man. His story with Mary Jane was better. Overall, which movie did you enjoy more?
Personally, I love The Amazing Spider-Man. I like them both, but I like Andrew Garfield one just a little bit better. I don't know, I just like it a little better. It's a more modern take on it. It's a little closer to the comic book lore.
You thought the other one was too cheesy too?
Oh, the other one was too cheesy for my taste.
What about you?
Well, I'm the opposite. I like the first Spider-Man. I mean, I like both movies too. The first Spider-Man, I don't know, I guess it's more of a nostalgic thing. Yeah. Because I remember being like crazy about it when I was a kid. No, just with the Amazing Spider-Man, I think it was too soon for it to be remade.
For me, I'm gonna have to agree with Felipe. I enjoyed the first Spider-Man more. I felt like there was more interesting characters in that one, from Mary Jane to Peter Parker, and I felt like, well, his boss from the newspaper, I thought he was hilarious. And I just thought the overall delivery was better in that one. And like the whole time I was watching it, I was intrigued in watching it. While I still liked The Amazing Spider-Man, I felt like at certain parts I was just like yawning, and then at the end I felt like it dragged on too long. So Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man.
So the real question is, what do you think? Tell us what you think about which one's your favorite, why. We know who their favorites are. Let us know down in the comments below. Hit the like button, subscribe, and we'll see you next week. Peace.
That soul.